So running behind this Class 37 is just two Bachmann container wagons, but the main focus is the four behind it, which are all the new Hornby container wagons. I've got some new tank tainers from Bachmann on there that aren't the original, and I've mixed them around a bit just so they look less staged, but they run so well. They're nice and colourful, there's a nice mixture, and yeah, they just run so smoothly, so I can't complain. They also use the closed couplings, which I'll try and zoom in on. There. So they're sort of like hooks. If I just show you one here, like this, and you push the ring on the bottom upwards to unhook them, to uncouple them. They're quite fragile. I have broken one, but they work so well. They just provide more grip between wagons, so I've never had them pull apart. They're also close coupling, which means they just look more realistic as in terms of how far apart the wagons are. There's less of a gap. So yeah, I'm a massive fan of them. I'm tempted to get more for other wagons, but I don't think they work so well with some of the Bachmann wagons where the coupling is attached straight onto the bogie, because the Hornby ones they have a spring that lets them go side to side, but the Bachmann ones just stay in line with the wheels, which may not work so well. But for the ones that it works, I highly recommend the couplings because they work so well. Also, this 37 isn't new. I've just removed the body shell of my 37 and replaced it with this one, because the old one was it was pre-privatisation, and obviously this is I've mostly got modern era stock, and so I just I really like 37, but I didn't really like running it with the rest of the trains because it looks out of place, but now it looks far more where it should be. I mean, I know it shouldn't be pulling a container train because they rarely do that, but I'm just kind of testing out the body because the lights weren't working, but all it was I hadn't screwed it down tightly enough, so the contacts for the lights weren't working. It should be that 68 over there pulling the containers really, but like I say, I was just testing the 37 out, and it's working really well. So just one thing to note about these Hornby wagons, they seem to really struggle on the second radius. So at the moment they're on third radius because I have fourth, third, second radius. The only first radius I have is where the DB Schenker 60 is. But anyway, the third radius they're fine, fourth radius they're fine, but when they go on second radius they seem to derail a lot. I haven't figured out why yet, but for now I'm just going to have to run them on this loop, which is fine, because that's kind of where I plan to run it anyway. But yeah, that's the only downside I've found so far. But I know on most people's layouts they tend to have curves that aren't anywhere near that sharp, so that shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, just a word of warning. Okay, so I've decided that I like how this looks, but it's just a bit too close to here, because any loco that's here will kind of get caught by something passing. And also just the amount of, like here we've got point, crossing point, like it's hard for a loco to get over all that, and these crossings in particular are very hard to get over. So when there's two of them back to back, the 66s, they do alright, but they stutter every now and then, and it just causes slight problems. And I think the layout will run better if I get rid of it. So I think what I'm going to do is get rid of this siding here and just extend the sort of siding network over here in some way. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. So here we go. It's a shame I've kind of wasted two of these diamonds, but it's not the end of the world. They're not the most expensive thing. But I think it's kind of like less is more. It does look a bit better, looks more realistic. Hopefully everything runs better now. But I actually prefer these sidings like this because the fuel point has a lot more room, and then there's room for the two nuclear flasks over on that little branch. So I think overall this is definitely for the better. it looks less silly as well, because the sidings don't come really close to the main track. So I think this was the best thing to do. So as you can see, the platforms have arrived that my granddad made. They look amazing. I can't wait to paint them. I'll hopefully add some transfers on for the sort of platform markings too. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Soon I think I'm going to do some videos just running sessions instead of updates. There may be more updates as well. Also going to go through some of the fleet, which was an idea from Locomotive, so thank you for that. So yeah, take care everyone, see you in the next video.